also want to share one of the other major reasons that I haven't necessarily highlighted as to why I went with Halo versus just a general invisible fence. The first major one was cost. An invisible fence, when we took a look at it, it was over $2,600, not including the collar, etc. This was just for putting the line in and setting up the controller box, etc. But the bigger issue that we had is on one side of my house is our neighbor, and they have a dog named Scout, and Vivi and Scout absolutely loved each other. And then on the other side of my house happen to be my other neighbors, and they have a dog named Finn. Well, if you have a wireless fence that's next to each other, you have to be spaced out at least 6 feet so that those fences don't interfere with one another. So now we have 3 dogs in an open space, all just kind of looking at each other. Now, these dogs are all sort of friends, and my one neighbors, I think they are a little more, I try and be a little more respectful of their space, obviously their boundary, because it was a new puppy. But Scout and Vivi really kind of hit it off. They would play and they would exercise together. And so having a boundary in which was flexible on his wired fence and could actually overlap actually worked really well in kind of our environment and our space. The other, of course, major reason was that we could set up remote fences, going up to our cottage, being able to set up a space if we took a hike or something like that. Those were some, I would say, 3 major reasons. So 3 major reasons that I decided to get this fence was, number 1, the invisible fence around us on either side of our house. Number 2, definitely cost. Number 3 was the remote. And let's add a 4th in there, was the ability to be able to call back even with that GPS fencing.